All right, everybody in the place. Y'all know what time it is. Most definitely, it is time for Low African Minds Presents The Truth Changes the Narrative. I'm your host, Taki Hicks, keeping you in the mix. And tonight we have our host, D-Dan Kamathi, as well as Latoya Queen in the building. And tonight, correct me if I am wrong, but I do believe tonight's topic, we're going to get into knowing ourselves. If that's correct, knowing thyself. And something I practice actually every day, learning more about myself and knowing myself, because if you're not careful, television and all that stuff will create a you that's not even you. And if you're not paying attention to who you are and how you're responding to these visuals and audios that's invading your mind space, then you'll start to believe you're somebody that you're not even close to being. So that being said, I'm gonna turn it over to Queen Latoya to elaborate more on our topic tonight, knowing thyself. Go ahead, Queen.
Numakiwawa.
Numakiwawa.
Okay, so tonight we're talking about knowledge of self. So the first thing I did when I learned what tonight's topic was going to be, I felt the need to find the definition of knowledge of self.
Okay, come on with it.
So first I will give you Webster. This is Webster's definition. I found some different definitions. I want to share the different ones with you. I'll give you Webster's first. Knowledge of self, they defined as knowledge or understanding of one's own capabilities, character, feelings, or motivations, or self-understanding. But that just didn't satisfy me. That wasn't what I was looking for. So I looked further and I found a definition that would make me say, okay, I still believe there's more to this, but this one kind of felt more accurate to me. And this one I found in the Urban Dictionary. And they define knowledge of self as cosmological, higher self-knowledge of self-derived by deep introspection, uninhibited creative self-expression, or spiritual work. So I said, okay, the Urban Dictionary is onto something. And,
right.
You know, with that, let me just start by saying that personally, for me, knowledge of self is the key ingredient to a healthy mind, body, and soul.
Yes.
This is something that should be taught in early childhood and all throughout life, okay? Because it is important for us to understand and understand who we are in order to make progress and grow in the society that we live in today.
Wow. Well said, Queen. Well said. Definitely, like I was saying, I learned something new about myself almost every day. And a lot of times you have to separate your emotions and your feelings from actually, that's not who you are. Your emotions and stuff that you're going through and all that crap that gets in your head. A lot of times we think that, oh, that's me. You know, I was watching, and I hate that Hollywood continues to put all these different narratives. Like nowadays, it's hard to watch a movie without the homosexual thing, the interracial thing, and they keep putting it and pounding it into our psyche till all of a sudden we just start accepting it. You know, a lot of how our neighborhoods got to be the way that they are now today is because we just started accepting an environment. It started to not even affect us. We saw the brother laid out on crack right there on the sidewalk, and we saw him so many times that it no longer fazed us. It was just like normal. It was regular. It became a part of us. And I think we need to start taking responsibility for ourselves and for what we allow to invade our mind space, especially through this media and their tricky little narratives to try to make you think, oh, well, maybe gay is okay and white is all right, and all these different things that, you know, really not okay, you know, and it's not you. But it has people growing up now saying, oh, I was born this way. Oh, this is how God made me. And a lot of times that's not the case. But go on ahead, King. I just wanted to add my little input there.
And the input is, listen, brother, all the time, you always have something constructive, brother. First and foremost, Numakiwawa to you, brother. I appreciate you, Taki, one love. The Queen, I appreciate you as well, Sister Latoya, one love. All of the viewers, like I always say, I love y'all very much, and I appreciate the viewership. Please like, share, and subscribe to let all this constructive information come about so we can, wake up and shake up our minds so we can be able to collectively come together and start building something. How do you build something? You got to be in the right state of mind. Knowledge itself, I look at knowledge like a master key that will open up any door. And I found that to be very accurate in life. When I delve into linguistics, languages, I just saw the difference that made when I greet certain people. I would hear them speaking, I'd be like, oh, okay, Russian or Korean or etc. And then I get to speaking that right there to them, and just the whole expression, they just melt, and they like, oh my God, dude, are you married to Filipino? Or are you married to? No, I'm dedicated strictly to that African woman. I love that Black woman straight up on a melanated side, but just in general. I love that Black woman, absolutely. But they think that I'm married to or deal with whatever language that I'm speaking at that particular time. And I see the beauty in that right there. That's all from knowledge. Us as a people, everything that we ever touched turned to platinum and any other precious metal, because that's just how we were natural. So during the plantation, enslavement, and all that right there, they made it a point to steal our culture, language, all of that right there, and just knock us all the way down. They took who we were naturally and then inserted everything European. That's why it's very, very important to have knowledge yourself. When you have knowledge yourself, you build empires, you build dynasties, you just build a lot of constructive stuff once you begin to establish who you are rightfully. That's why you can look around, people. We don't have Black hospitals. They did countless experiments on our people, Tuskegee experiments. Our sister came out with the book Medical Apartheid. I highly recommend our people to get that book right there. It's a lot of
author of that book?
What is the author? Oh my goodness, man. I forgot. That's a shame. I forgot that sister name, brother. That's a shame. But listen, people.
That ain't Dr. Africa, is it?
No, it's not Dr. Africa. This is a sister. It's a sister that put that together. She did in-depth. She's a medical doctor. She did a lot of in-depth research on that right there. And she found out countless experiments have been done to our people. I forgot the name of that. It's right at the tip of my tongue. It's a damn shame. But the book is Medical Apartheid.
Okay.
I was saying, in terms of knowledge of self and knowing, we don't have any hospitals because of the lack of knowledge. It tell you in scripture too. Our brother John Henry Clark, he say, don't throw away the Bible. A lot of what we get out of the Bible is just recycled from us anyway. Everything is all come from us. They just removed the actual facing of it and put theirs, but behind the scenes, all that is us. But don't throw away the Bible. That's according to John Henry Clark, and I agree with that right there. But our people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, and you see that right now amongst us all day, every day. When you don't know who you are, you would take on the ideology of the colonizer who brutalized and terrorized. That's why it's so much black on black crime too, because we don't know who we are. We are in the mind of the European, so we see through the lens of the European. Who's that nigga? We even use a terminology and all that towards another black man. Every bit of our thought, speech, and action was a direct result of this system of white supremacy and racism. The school systems, the church, all of these different things that they established was to get us in a state of mind to uphold everything European, never build anything African, even hate everything African. They made you hate your skin, your lips, your hips. Meanwhile, they getting,
liposuction and
liposuction, getting tans, all of that to mimic who we are naturally. So again, it all starts with knowledge of self, that very big key that will open up all doors. I recommend everybody get up on that right there. Once you get knowledge of self, from that point on, we will begin to merge together with other medical assistants, other physicians, other people in pediatrics. We can merge with all of those people, and we can get our own damn hospitals. Once we acquire knowledge of self and know all of the experiments, everything that was done to us, we can get on point. We're not just at hospitals, even grocery stores too. Knowing that they're giving us all these herbicides, pesticides, all of the stuff that's killing us, not healing us. We should be having our own grocery stores right now. We all should be merging together with garden projects. I'm doing my stuff right here. You doing yours. We are all merged together, and all what we grow can stock the shelves of grocery stores. We don't do that because so many of us are in the European state of mind, and we looking at each other like we the damn enemy, when we actually not. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic one time. Go ahead on.
Most definitely appreciate that, brother. It's
Yes,
funny because all of that goes back to, you know, the greatest African. What was that? Not sure what that was, but the greatest. No problem. The greatest African proverb is "Know thyself." In my opinion, that's the greatest one, and it's going to be one of the hardest ones because you have to understand for all these years until you even come to realizing that you've been asleep all this time. All these years you've been getting programmed. So everything you let into your eye gates and your ear gates is there. It may be there underneath a lot of stuff, but it's there. You know, I hear my kids all the time when I tell them, you know, why y'all listening to that? And they're like, oh, I just like the music. I don't really listen to the words. But you don't have to listen to the words for the words to get inside you. The words get inside you, and they are planted there for a reason. That's why even when I try to teach this to my children, like, if you're going to watch TV, watch yourself watching TV. Because if you're not watching yourself watching TV, you're just getting sucked into that television, you're getting sucked into the emotions, and you don't even realize it. But your mind is already reacting and interacting with the information that's being given to you. That's why a lot of times we watch certain movies and we'd be like, oh, no, oh, I would have did. You're getting into that movie and you're putting your emotions and your feelings in it. And anytime you add emotion and feeling into a thought, it's being imprinted into your psyche. So you may not even know it at the time that it's happening, but get under stress, get under a similar situation where you're triggered by the same media that you just had implanted in you, and that's when it comes out. You may have a person that all of a sudden they ain't had a drink and who knows how long, but they don't watch this movie with this song that came on, and cool brother whoever with the nice little cognac and the music playing. So now you go somewhere, you hear that music, all of a sudden, I had a taste for some of that yak, man. I feel like taking some of that yak down. And you don't even know where that came from because you're not consciously watching things. Anything you do, you need to be conscious of yourself doing it. A lot of times, like I said, we sit in front of that TV or even computer or your phone, and you're not taking account of, okay, I'm sitting right here, I'm looking at this. This is a projection of something. This is, and nowadays you have to be with the thought of what is the director of this media? What are they trying to portray to me? Why are they pushing this interracial thing? Why are they pushing this gay thing so hard? There has to be agenda. Stop thinking that there's not an agenda because it's the Brady Bunch or something like that. It's everything out there is Hollywood. Hollywood is cursed already. So you know there's some kind of manipulation in everything that comes out of there. So you have to be able to read between the lines of the script, of the whatever you're watching, but at the same time, take back and objectively look at it and see yourself watching TV in real time. Oh, it's Thursday, it's Friday, whatever. I'm sitting on my couch, I'm watching this thing, but I'm also aware of everything that's going around me. A lot of times, especially with the young crowd, we getting caught up in these things here, and it's killing us because anything could be going on around you right now. They could be spraying a toxic gas that's finna get to you and kill you, but your eyes and your focus is so much on that device that you don't even realize it till it's too late. You know, they taught us in the military that these things are dangerous. A person whose mind has a mind of a warrior, they're looking at everybody else on their phones and they watching everything around them and they're paying attention and being present. Being present means being there in the current time. Your mind ain't thinking about what happened back in the day. Your mind ain't thinking about what's gonna happen in the future. Your mind is right here, right now. And that's one of the hardest places to keep your mind, especially with all this media going around. But I'm a pass the mic on that going ahead. I just wanted to plug that in because part of knowing ourselves is knowing that we have that tendency to absorb all this media, all this information without objectively and intellectually looking at it from a standpoint of knowing yourself and knowing, oh, I'm feeling like that because I just saw this and it's making me feel this certain kind of way. Instead of, oh man, I feel like doing this and that, and not really calculating or looking within and saying, why all of a sudden am I feeling like doing this thing or that thing, or what have I consumed or what have I watched, and it's causing that to happen in my mindset.
Yes. And the thing is that true knowledge of self is within reach, but there are so many distractions out there, and like you said, like from everything, the music, the social media, like everything, like a lot of these things are distractions, and they're just in the way. They're getting in the way of people knowing who they really are. And once we gain a true understanding of who we really are, we could change so many things. D-Dan, you mentioned us all, people, us coming together and merging and having our own hospital, and in our own grocery stores and everything. I mean, that's beautiful. I can see that happening.
Yes.
One thing that, but I believe that all that is important, but also at the top of that list, we need to have our own schools. Okay, because we need to because the mind needs to be fed as well as the body. It's just as equally as important. It needs to be nourished, just like everything else.
Absolutely. That was one of the institutions that I initially was about to go into, that actually corrupted. But not taking away nothing from what you spoke to. That was beautiful. But that's what I spoke to in the initial. We are not going to be able to do or build anything unless we are in the right state of mind. That's why we have yet to build anything, because we too European minded. That's why we loyal African mind. Once your mind is loyal to who you are rightfully, who you are truly, from that point on, you can actually build something. They made it a way, again, through the institutions. The school happens to be one. They bombard us with a lot of European ideology and information. Indoctrination is what it is. It's not an education. They teach you about these bullshit ass holidays. They teach you about a lot of stuff to build up everything European. They have, we basically been a black bird, programmed and conditioned by the damn white bird. Taught to chirp like the bird, eat the diet as the dove. Everything that the dove does, we've been programmed to do that, to the point we even pluck our black feathers out and want to put white feathers. It's that deep in terms of how our mind state is, how we've been corrupted on the plantation as well. Everything was erased from us as a people and replaced with European. They wanted to be able to have us speak English so we won't be able to say nothing slick behind the slave master's back, whether it be a slave master woman or a slave master man, because both of them went hand in hand. They both directly participated with the enslavement and the torture, everything with our people. We're dealing with a very demonic people. And then they stole our history. Everything was stolen from us, so we would be in a state of docileness, and then we could think exactly like them. Everything that they did, get over here, nigger. Get over here, nigga. Everything that they do. Again, we speaking English on this platform right now. Everything, it don't just stop with the damn language. Our thought, speech, as well as all of our actions, for the most, have been corrupted with every damn thing European. So the thing is, like I always speak to, it's very important to unlearn and relearn, unlearn everything European, learn everything that has to do with us so we can get back to building, because it's in us naturally. We don't just excel. We don't just excel on no damn basketball course and football fields and all that shit, and we could just sing a song good. You know, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Everything we do as a people is very great, but something happened along the way. Our ass was corrupted by a very, very powerful force. White supremacy, racism came in and destroyed and corrupted everything that we knew to have us stabilizing on point to where we was building pyramids, building structures in Timbuktu, Mali. We just did a lot of great stuff, you know, before that European showed up. And then they erased everything that we did and put a damn European face on it in terms of the deities and all that right there. Everything was damn stole. It tell you in the tombs, know thyself. Everything is written all on the wall. Everything is right there for us to see. The writing is on the wall, but we've been programmed and conditioned to look down at the damn ground. We spoke about the devices earlier. We look at these damn devices. We look at everything, but this is the best brain food ever right here.
Exactly.
This right, that made listen, I used to get natural highs. It just do something to your mind when you read. It opened up other channels, and we only utilizing a certain percentage of our brain to begin with. The more you read, the more you merge and have think tanks and get around like minds, you utilizing much more percentages in your mind. The same way when you hit the weights and do your cardiovascular and get your body strong, you know, again, let me put it like this right here. When you eat to get those nutrients so your body can be strong. The same way, your brain got to get strong for what they call brain food. Brain food is all of this, what you see in this background right here. We need to get that very, very important, vital brain food so our mind can be strong and get the nourishments that are needed. The same way our body need to be strong with the nourishments through the food. That's food right there too. A lot of our minds, unfortunately, from programming and conditioning, by the way, we have been taught to look at this like this if somebody come in the house and steal something, this is gonna be the last damn thing they steal right there. But if your stuff gets stole and then you come back and see your bookshelf like, ooh, shit, they didn't steal none of my books. Yeah. Your ass would be so happy about that right there, though, because this right here, again, that knowledge open up so many doors, and it just help with your verbal gymnastics. It worked this beautiful muscle. This is the best weapon ever right here. A lot of times when you hear me speak, a lot of people get it confused. What you talking about, kill white folks? No, we ain't got to kill no damn body, but kill that damn European in you. That's the only thing our ass needs to kill, is the European that's in us, that's preventing us from collectively coming together so we can merge and start building some shit once again. Like I said, we have a lot of great examples, and we just need to start getting knowledge of self and see those examples. There's so many, and get back to loving one another, man, and know all that we did before. All the black on black so-called crime, that's just some old bullshit term too, you know what I mean? Because Chinese kill Chinese, whites kill whites, but they don't say no damn white on white crime, or Asian on Asian, or Latino on Latino, but they say some black on black crime shit though. That's just a way to try to make us the poster child of criminality and shit, but that's not the truth. However, the reason why we are the way we are to one another had every bit to do with how they destroyed our brains. Again, these Europeans have been, like our very beautiful doctor, Dr. Amos Wilson says, Dr. Frankenstein. And we have been, we basically Frankensteins. All of us are Frankensteins. They operated on our mind via school, even a church, with all those damn images, white Mary, Joseph, Jesus, the Last Supper, every damn body white, the angels white. They show images of God, every damn thing white. That's all to program and condition to have you looking at them as being the damn Messiah and looking at their white skin as being a damn gold medal. Meanwhile, you looking at your skin as being a damn bronze. That's why we had cases like Sammy Sosa, Lil Kim, Michael Jackson. One of the #1 cosmetics sold in Mama Africa is bleaching. They bleach the hell out of their skin. And that's all from the programming and conditioning, what they have did with ushering in white ass Jesuses and white Marys and all that right there. So again, we know that's all fairy tales. How do you know that? You get it from the damn source, right here, raw and uncut, not getting it from no damn word of mouth. You sit down and you actually research and crack open them books and dedicate thousands of hours day in and day out to, again, unlearn and relearn. A great book by the brother. The brother is I keep getting brain farts. I got so much on my plate in my mind. It's Carter G. Woodson, The Miseducation of the Negro. Carter G. Woodson. Look, that's a great book right there. He speak to the programming and conditioning and all that right there, and all that we have learned through these school systems via how the Europeans just orchestrated and did all that right there. Even with the, you spoke on it earlier, the television, tell live vision, telling those damn lies through vision. They did all that right there to put all of the white images, L'Oreal, Maybelline, Pantene, CoverGirl, every damn thing white was right. Everything melanated was all bad. So again, and you know, a great movie I like to think of, and I recommend y'all get a chance to pull it up if y'all can, is They Live. That starred an individual by the name of Roddy Piper, a wrestler, Roddy Piper. And I forgot the other brother actor name. I forgot his name. But they had a fight in an alleyway. Roddy Piper had the glasses on. Those glasses, basically, with those glasses, when you saw the police, you saw skeleton faces. When you seen politicians, you saw skeleton faces. When you saw billboards, you saw stuff that said consume and buy. That's what they do. See, those glasses were basically an indication of knowledge. That's what all this great stuff do to you. It allow you to have those glasses so you can see through all of the BS that they strategically put in front of your face. So in that movie, they had a fight in an alleyway. Roddy Piper took the glasses off, was trying to put them on a brother, but he kept fighting them. You know how them relatives, they fight our ass? They try to fight our ass when we give them the information and tell them to look it up. Meanwhile, they taking pictures of their children at graduation. Tomorrow, I got to do the graduation, and you all proud about your child graduating, and it's all centered behind education. But here you are trying to dismiss some constructive information that's all surrounding education, but they'll fight your ass about it. All of a sudden, they selective with education and information, and they all of a sudden become intellectually lazy with you providing constructive references. All you got to do is look the shit up. They'll fight the hell out of our ass. Nah, I don't want to hear that. Oh, shit, here you go again with that. So that's how it was in the alleyway when that fight happened. The brother was fighting Roddy Piper that put them glasses on him. Finally, they was fighting and they was wrestling to where they couldn't fight no more. And the brother was laid out and he put them glasses on, and then his ass looked up, and that's when he saw everything for what it actually was. And that was through knowledge of self. Don't fight us, y'all. Invite us, y'all. Invite this right here. Invite y'all ancestors too. They calling out for us right now, y'all, to get our knowledge of self, unlearn and relearn so we can get it. Look, all the heavy lifting has been done already too, by the way, y'all. They sacrificed and went through way too damn much for us to just sit our ass down and watch some damn TV, y'all. To just sit down at the damn bar and sit up and drink and bullshit and crack jokes and hee hee ha ha. They put in too much damn work and sacrificed too much for us to be worried about a hula hoop contest, dick and pussy and all that other stuff. It's time out for all that right now, y'all. We got our babies looking at us right now, and we got to be a constructive, positive example for them to see that we all getting along together, to see us building, see us establishing businesses, getting in direct line and position to obtain business and then pass down generational wealth. You can't pass down no damn good job, but you can pass down a great business. You get the great business by way of knowledge of self and merging with like-minded people. I didn't mean to hog up everything. I'm gonna go and pass it right now. One love to the people. Once again, I appreciate all of y'all, the viewers. I love and I appreciate all of y'all. Like, share, and subscribe, please. And look, y'all can even join us too. This is y'all platform too. Once again, it's not our platform. This is for the people right here, man. Y'all have a very constructive voice as well. And I invite all people to this right here, man. That's just what I do, man. Y'all have a lot of constructive stuff to say. Straight up, they need to hear from the people. Go ahead on, Queen, or whoever else, it's all good.
Yes. As you would say, veggie backing off of what you were saying about television or television, that made me think of, I was watching one of King Ajalan's lives today, and he asked a sister, he asked her if she was a queen, empress, or goddess, and in passing, and she said, I'm none of them. And so he asked her again, and she said, and she replied, she insisted that she was none of the above. And she went on to say that she's a lady.
Uh-oh.
And so that right there is one example to show, how, we have been groomed, conditioned, and programmed. This sister is walking around and doesn't even know who she is. She says she's a lady, as opposed to being a queen, an empress, or a goddess.
What is a lady? Did they even go into that definition of?
Well, you know how King Ajalan, is, and he asked her, was she? Oh my goodness, it was comical. I don't know, are they Germans that where they're considered ladies, or the British or someone?
I think it's German.
Is it the German? Yeah. So he was asking, which lady is she?
Yeah, and not to cut your wisdom, pause right there. We have to keep in mind and remember also, again, we speaking this is not our damn native tongue. So she said she was a lady. Again, what you just said, programming and conditioning. So she's not even in touch with who she is exactly. That's why it's very important for platforms like this, and to all of the rest of the platforms out there. Everybody else that's putting in this constructive work to take away their time, we can be doing any damn thing else, but we right here with the people engaging and offering this up. Like I say, we're not the only ones doing this work right here. It's many other people that have beautiful podcasts and speaking constructive stuff. To y'all that's listening, man, I love and I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep up all the constructive work, man. And look, y'all can merge anytime, man. Please come on and join us, man. So back to what you said. I didn't mean to cut your wisdom, baby. Go on, finish.
So after witnessing that, I'm sure it's the same for our kings as well. Kings walking around that are doing the same, and that's an issue. That's a big problem for us right now, and it's very important. We have to do our part in teaching and engaging our people in knowledge of self, and letting them know who they are, but they have to be willing. They have to be willing to open their minds, open their eyes, because
I think
like back to with the television,
right. I think
with the
also what it is, and King Dedan, you touched on a little also when you spoke about sports and all that. When you know in yourself, I might have mentioned this earlier, you have to know that yourself is not what your mind is telling you. It's not those thoughts and stuff. You gotta, if you've ever been in sports or even in music, there's a term called being in the zone. When you in the zone, you don't even need your mind. You just so focused and in tune and in pocket that you don't need your mind to function in that zone. When you're in that zone, you are at your perfect, you're in your perfect spot. I learned, I did a lot of music, so a lot of times I'll be jamming with people, I'll be on the drums, they'll be on a different instrument, and we get in that pocket, they call it, in that zone where it's like no thought. You're not even thinking about the notes or whatever you're hitting, but it's just making perfect
Point.
music.
Yes.
It's right on
Yes.
point.
Yes.
And that's when
Yes.
you're able to take those thoughts, because you got to still remember those thoughts that came from years of this programming and stuff that's in there. That's why the sister talking about, oh, I'm a lady. She just parroting something she heard, something that went in here and stayed in there. So, no, I'm not a queen. I'm a lady. Now, if it becomes, if she hears enough about being a queen, she'll change that to I'm a queen. And she'll keep changing it until she realizes and goes in here and looks for the answers. See, those are like what is it? What do they call superficial answers? You know, you could walk up to somebody right now who just lost their mama and ask them, hey, how you doing? And they are just off the top of their mind, oh, I'm all right. Man, you ain't all right. You just lost your mama. But because your mind is in that it doesn't need to grasp for anything, so you're relying on your mind. So that's what's in there. What's in there is not programmed to really express even how you feel or who you are, because you instead of saying, man, I'm toe up, my mama just died, your mindset is, oh, I got to be the tough one, I got to act like everything's okay and that honky-dory, because on TV, those guys' lives are always great. I used to watch the soap operas when I was little with my great-grandparents, and I was like, is there any broke person on the soap operas? Because you never see nobody on them soap operas that's looking toe down, even as the people that, they wasn't homeless that I was around, but there was people that wasn't like, I mean, they got leather coats on, they got kicks on, they got, I mean, they was clean, but they was the poorest of the people on the soap opera. So we get this mindset that everything's supposed to be cool. So automatically somebody asks us, hey, how you doing? Hey, man, I'm doing great. Oh, I'm doing blessed. Oh, I'm doing, and really you toe up inside. Some other kind of stuff could be going on, but because you ain't connected with yourself, you just that them popping off the top of your head answers like she did. I'm a lady. What does that even mean? You're a lady.
Yeah.
It's something that popped off the top of her head that's there, and she ain't spent enough time inside to even know who she is or what she is. But she wants to be recognized as, I'm different than everything you're gonna say that I am. Everybody want to be unique. Everybody want to be special. And so they think this stuff that they got in their head is special, and that's stuff that you got from somewhere else, because you haven't spent enough time with yourself. And that's why, like the brother was saying, books allow your mind to get present, because you have to be present to be reading. You don't have to be present to sit there and absorb media coming at you from a screen. You can sit there like a vegetable and just absorb what's being put inside. Just passive consumption. But when you're reading, your mind actually has to get present and put those words together and kind of be in a present moment, because it's not, reading is different from just passive consumption. Reading is an active mind. And then you're also able to inject your own thoughts into that. You can read something and be able to say, you know what, I don't agree with that. Or I feel like this about that, or I feel like that about that. And you're able to inject your own judgments and your own thoughts when you're reading. So definitely you want to be reading to be have your mind current all the time. Sitting here consuming somebody's your news feed on Facebook or Instagram or what you're getting off YouTube and all that, unless it's this kind of information, and even this type of information, you still want to have your mind present to be able to say, oh, hold up, that brother said something. Nah, I ain't into that one. And we say it all. We've been programmed to. We sit in the pews and, amen, preach it, pastor. And he could be saying anything. I'm finna go smoke me some weed. Amen, pastor. I'm finna go have sex all over the world. God, hallelujah. You just responding and just absorbing, consuming that information without saying, oh, wait a minute. Nah, that one right there, I ain't with that one. I'm not with it. And this ain't what that book says. Some people don't even open the book that they claim they live by to even say, hey, wait a minute. Nah, mine don't say that. You just said something that ain't in there. You know, my dad used to say all the time, the good books say, God help those who help themselves. You know what? That's a good saying, but it's nowhere in the Bible. It's not in there. But somebody said it and somebody else just heard it, and now they pass that on all around. There's so many people now, yeah, you know, the Bible says God help those that help. The Bible don't say that. There's nowhere in that Bible where it says that. But you ain't took the time to look in there and find where it says that. That's why when I had a Bible, I had a concordance, and I would match everything somebody's saying. Okay, let me look that word up. Now, that ain't what it said, or that's not what it meant. You have to be able to think for yourself. Part of knowing yourself is thinking for yourself and allowing to know when it's your mind just acting up or it's actual information that's solid that you basing everything on. Because you can base your mind will tell you some crazy stuff is going on. You know, I used to get high or drunk and think all kind of, oh, somebody in the house. Oh, people are sneaking around. You know, you got that paranoia and all that type of stuff. That's your mind playing tricks on you. You can't always trust your mind. You have to know your heart. You have to know your soul. You have to know how all those parts play together, and each part of that's so you can say, okay, wait a minute, this part ain't on the same page with everything. When you in that zone where everything is connected, you won't even need your mind. That's what that being in the zone is all about. You don't need your mind at that point because you're flowing. Everything's connected. Your mind, your body, your spirit, everything is connected and in perfect unity with each other where you just flow. You know, and I know you do a lot of martial arts, brother. I know you been in a zone where you get in a situation and the moves just flow. You ain't even got to think about them.
Naturally.
They just flow. That's the zone. You don't need your mind for that. You just need the connection to who you are and what you inherently have put in there. That's why you need the books, because if it's not there, you're not going to access it in an emergency situation. You're not just going by osmosis know that, oh, I just ate this kind of a berry, it's going to make me feel this kind of way. Because if you ain't put that information in there, you don't know what's going on. You just ate a berry and you feeling funny. You don't know what's going on because you ain't put the information in there. You thinking, well, Pastor so-and-so say when you feel like this, that's the Spirit of God. No, that ain't the Spirit of God. They gave you them berries over there before you came in there. Now you're getting a feeling, and you don't have the information to relate to the feeling that you're feeling. So all you can say, oh, that must be God. I must be feeling the presence of the Lord. No, you feeling the presence of that berry or that plant or something you ate. You don't know because you ain't put the information in there to be able to process it based on who you are and know that, oh, okay, that's what that is, that's this. So I need to deal with this kind of way so I can get closer to being in that zone area so that I'm at my perfect state. So that all that is a part of knowing thyself. Go ahead, Queen.
Before you go real quick. Hey, Taki, it's funny that you mentioned berries, brother, and everything that you just said, brother, about that damn berry. I just did that today, brother, with the damn berry bush, man, and ate some damn berries. And I just sat there, brother, and it was fresh from that damn vine. And I ate that, bruh. It gave me an energy. I felt that berry, brother, because them same berries in the store cost more than blueberries and everything, man, and blackberries right there, man. Them berries, right when they black and shiny, you know how to get the right ones, you know what I mean? They turn from the red to the that black, that how they say the darker the berry, the juice. Yeah, I'm talking about the darker that berry. Hey, it was sweet, man, and it energized me in a way I was like, oh yes, yes, and yes. But go ahead, Queen, go ahead. I didn't mean to, yes, indeed. Excuse me.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Please forgive me.
That's your mind traveling.
Oh yeah, it's all good. It's gonna come right back like a boomerang. It's coming back. It's gonna come right back.
It's coming back.
That's proof that your mind is so much faster than everything else. We think at the speed of light, and it can just go right past you, and you be like, "Oh, wait a minute."
Yes.
Bring that one back.
But it is
Yes,
that
when I
simple.
when I was speaking, yes, when I was speaking before, I sometimes I feel like I'm like, am I making any sense? Because my mind is going so fast. I'm trying to, get the words together, and the words sometimes they don't come out right.
Listen, we understand it's all good, man. It's all great. It's going good, man. Yes,
Thing
indeed.
about words, words are just sort of like the best thing we have right now. But words, you can't put this life, this whole thing that we're living, this journey, it can't really be put in words. We can
Hmm.
use words to try to describe it, but you'll never get the perfect description anyway. That's why your mind flies so much faster than you can put the words to it, because we in the spiritual realm, it you can't put words to that. That's why some people just they call it talking and speaking in tongues in the spiritual world. Well, really, it's just you using different tones to communicate instead of having to think about, okay, what word, and for us, it's like, what word did these white people give us to describe what this is? Since we don't even have
Hmm.
our own language to pull from, it's even harder for us because we got to say, okay, what's the proper English? Do I got to put the verb before the noun or the pronoun go here? That's not really language. That's the best thing we have right now, but that's not the best description. Case in point, we can look at each other a certain way and know without
Yes,
even saying no words. If
that's
we
right.
all black people
Absolutely.
in a place, we can look at each other a certain way, and we all know it's time to get up out of there,
Yeah.
or it's time to do something. We don't got to say no words or look. So don't even trip off the words don't connect, because words is just the best little system we've come up with, and they took our system anyways and gave us their system. So now we got to struggle with what's the proper way to say this and that according to their system, and it gets us all screwed up anyways. And I'm rattling on, but that's what that
Oh,
is.
that's good. It's good. Hey, that's why I believe a lot of us resisted that damn English language, and still we don't say better. We say better or trigger, trigger. A lot of us still resist that. That's how I am too, though. Even though I gotta speak this, I'm going. I depending on where I'm at and how it is, I put my little ebonics on. I just put how I want to do the shit, how I want to say it, because we
What
just been
feel
so
right.
we've been so colonized in how to do this and how to say it like this, and that's just the African in me that's resisting all of that European shit though, naturally, and a lot of us are like that as well too. So that's why I love how we can all merge together too, from knowledge of self, and create our own words to where we
Exactly.
all that's very beautiful right there,
Hmm.
and
Do my
that's
kiwawa.
Makiwawa. That's we can get back to who we are naturally
Mimaki Wawa.
and not let others define and say how we supposed to talk and how we supposed to wear this Tommy Hilfiger, Gucci, and this we need to define our own damn self, man, and everything that we do and get back to us. And like I mentioned before, how we get back to us is by way of knowledge of self. In this journey, too, you're gonna come across a lot of information. It's always very important to fact check and research. Fact check, research, this is a never ending journey right here, man. It's a lot of stuff and a lot of stuff that you go through, even with religions. One minute you would think you Christian, then in 1 minute you would think you may be Muslim, and then maybe Hebrew Israelite or something. Then you just say, you know what, man, I'm just gonna go back to the ancestors. I'm just gonna keep it all the way straight spiritual, man. I ain't doing none of that. Do I disagree with any of those other brothers and what they have going on? Absolutely not. Because when the police pull our ass over, they don't give a damn with you Christian, Moor, Muslim, Hebrew, Israelite, Buddhist. Damn it. It's so many other religions. They don't give a damn about none of that. They see your melanin and it hits your ass in your
Hmm.
melanin. You know what I mean? Straight up. They don't give a damn about none of that. So all that I'm saying is set aside any difference that you may have with any brother, no matter who he is or what he call himself professing, whether he crib blood, gangster disciple, any one of those, whatever he called himself. Even I mentioned something about our Mason brothers earlier. I sat in a Black History little event one time with one of those brothers, and I just didn't like how I seen them standing up for a Pledge of Allegiance and just doing a lot of other stuff that and then I pulled some of my comrade brothers in the back, and I was like, brother, is it liberty and justice for all? All of the brothers who I pulled in the back said, nah, it ain't no liberty and justice for all. I said, so brother, why are we standing for this right here? They all failed me. But again, it comes to the program and conditioning. And again, I'm saying that to say, I don't knock them Mason brothers for what they got going on. That's what they choose to affiliate with. Them still my brothers, though, is what I'm saying. Bottom line, though. Anything that you feel like you want to associate or affiliate with, just know your ass needs to be African first, though, damn it, and put us first. You still can do anything, any extracurricular activity that you may want to do, long as not in direct opposition of what we build as far as us doing something constructive and, period. If it's something that's not in alignment with us building, then your ass all the way out of pocket. But if you do what you want to do, though, man, as long as it's something constructive, bottom line. Go ahead, Queen.
Did it come
So
back
that
to
being
you?
said, somewhat, yes. Knowledge of self, it's very rich, it's very empowering, and it's something that is, important for us all to have. And once we have that, we will be in the right place together, and we can start, making positive things happen for us, for our children, our children's children, and their children.
Yes.
We've got a lot of work to do, but it starts with knowledge of self. Because if you don't know who you are, then you're just like a leaf being blown in the wind. You'll just follow anything, do anything just to get along. But when you have knowledge of self, you're more conscious, and you have a purpose when you have knowledge of self.
That's a fact.
So with that being said, so it ultimately it's just very important. It's very important for us to have that and be open to to who we are, and know our history, and know where we're going as a people.
Most definitely. And so look like our hour is finishing up. It go by so fast when we vibing like this.
Yes.
It's incredible. But we do invite everybody to tune in. This show in particular is every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on our Facebook page, Lower African Minds. You can also visit our website, lowerafricanminds.com. And you can catch all our shows, matter of fact, there, as well as other things that we're doing. Definitely encourage everyone to go there and join and register as a member at lowerafricanminds.com. And also, we do put our shows on our YouTube channel, Connected Minds YouTube channel as well. And we are also broadcasting in Africa through Bantu Radio. So we getting out there, we reaching people. You can go to the website right now and see all the flags of people who are jumping on board, passing by, some of them passing by, some of them there, connecting. That's what it's all about. Our main mission is worldwide African unity. And with that, any final words from our host before we close?
Absolutely, yes. I would like to say in closing to all of the viewers, and just to our, anybody who come across this in the near future, please allow that to be the same way that we eat food. You have to eat every day, absolutely, to get the nourishment that you need for your body to be strong. Once again, that has to be the same way when it comes to brain food also. We are supposed to learn every day. Every second, minute, hour should be dedicated to us becoming a better version of ourselves. Again, you have to look at it in terms of, again, that's exactly what it is. Knowledge is a master key that will open up any door. If you sick, by way of knowledge of self, you will know to get the right herbs and the right medicines that, which by way of all organic, all stuff that come from Mama Earth, all of the herbs, you'll know to get the right stuff to heal you. By knowledge of self, you would know different art forms to know in terms of self-defense. But Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's numerous styles. Capoeira, it's numerous styles that you can do to get somebody up off your ass by way of knowledge of self. It's so many ways that the knowledge of self will open up so many doors, and I recommend that for everyone, once again, to become a better version of oneself. Unlearn, relearn, and knowledge of self is really where it's at, though, y'all. Seriously, man, for real, that'll really make a difference in your life. And we have children that's under us too. They mimic all of our behaviors. Whatever we're doing today is definitely going to be reflective of what our children are going to be doing tomorrow. So let's make sure they're doing something that's going to be constructive and intelligent and something knowledgeable.
Most definitely. And so, Queen, any final words before we close?
Yes, I would like to leave you all with this. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is out there. It's within our reach. Seek it, you'll find it, and you won't regret it. Trust me.
It's a fact.
There it is. So join us tomorrow night. We got Connected Minds coming on at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Thursday, we have our Rhymes and Rhythm of the Metu Netter and Frequency Friday on Friday, y'all. That being said, we leave y'all tonight with our word, Numa Kiwawa.
Numa Kiwawa, y'all. One love.
Numa
Peace.
Kiwawa.
Peace, y'all. We're going to win, too, for real. Please believe it.